Tall Tales is a collection of stories about giraffes. Stories are generated by ChatGPT, read by AI voices called Josh and Elli from 11 Labs, and art is generated by Dall-E.
Hopefully these tales will inspire listeners to use their long necks and legs to achieve more.
Once upon a time, there was a herd of giraffes who grew tired of living their monotonous lives on the African savanna. One day, they decided to build a spaceship to explore the unknown universe beyond. With their long necks and nimble hooves, they constructed a vessel that would take them on a journey to the edge of the universe. They flew through galaxies, witnessed the birth of stars, and encountered strange creatures along the way. Finally, they reached the edge of the universe and marveled at the sight of the infinite expanse beyond. The giraffes returned home, forever changed by their incredible journey, and their story inspired other animals to dream big and reach for the stars.
In the library, a group of giraffes stood tall amidst the shelves, their long necks bent over books. Each giraffe had a different title in front of them, from classic literature to science textbooks. They turned the pages with their delicate lips, their eyes focused and curious. Every now and then, one giraffe would stretch its neck and pass a book to another, exchanging whispers about what they had just read. Despite the cramped space, the giraffes were lost in their own worlds, lost in the magic of reading.
A group of giraffes wandered into a modern art gallery, their long necks craning to take in the unusual shapes and colors of the artwork. As they strolled through the exhibit, the giraffes expressed their amazement at the creativity and originality of the pieces. They particularly admired a large canvas with bold strokes of red and blue, marveling at the way the colors seemed to dance and blend together. The giraffes left the gallery feeling inspired and grateful for the human artists who had created such captivating works of art.
In futuristic Japan, a group of giraffes decided to pay a visit to a famous tea house in the outskirts of the city. Rather than walking, they opted for a more thrilling mode of transportation: motorcycles. With their long necks and graceful movements, the giraffes attracted the attention of everyone they passed by as they rode through the streets, their motorbikes purring beneath them. Upon reaching the tea house, the giraffes gracefully dismounted their bikes and enjoyed a delightful afternoon sipping tea and indulging in traditional Japanese sweets, leaving the other patrons in awe of their unexpected arrival.
Once upon a time in a vast savanna, a group of giraffes discovered the joy of playing cooperative multiplayer video games. They huddled around a computer and played for hours, each giraffe using their long neck to press the keys. They communicated with each other using Discord, sharing strategies and jokes. Despite their height differences, they worked together seamlessly to beat the game's challenges. As the sun set, the giraffes bid each other farewell, already planning their next gaming session. From that day on, the giraffes found a new way to bond and have fun together.
On a scorching hot day, a group of giraffes decided to visit the local water park to cool off. As they strolled through the park, they marveled at the towering water slides and the colorful fountains. However, they were most excited about the lazy river, where they could relax and float on their backs. The giraffes gracefully waded into the shallow water and soon found themselves drifting along the winding river, enjoying the refreshing spray from the nearby waterfalls. As they lazily floated downstream, they couldn't help but feel grateful for this peaceful moment of respite from their usual busy lives on the savanna.
One day, a group of adventurous giraffes decided to set sail across the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. With their long necks acting as lookout towers, they carefully navigated through treacherous waves and stormy weather. The crew of giraffes worked together to hoist the sails, steer the ship, and even catch fish for their meals. Along the way, they encountered dolphins and whales, and marveled at the stunning sunsets over the open water. Eventually, after many weeks at sea, the intrepid giraffes arrived at their destination, a beautiful tropical island, where they lived out the rest of their days as legends among the animal kingdom.
A group of giraffes, known for their tall stature, embarked on a daring expedition to climb Mount Everest. They had spent months training their bodies and minds for the grueling climb ahead. As they ascended the steep slopes, the giraffes faced numerous challenges, from icy terrain to low oxygen levels. However, their determination and teamwork helped them overcome each obstacle. Finally, after weeks of climbing, they reached the summit of the world's highest peak, elated and proud of their incredible accomplishment. The giraffes had proven that even the most seemingly impossible goals could be achieved with hard work, perseverance, and a bit of courage.
Once upon a time, a group of curious giraffes ventured into the ocean to explore its depths. At first, they struggled to adapt to the underwater environment and the pressure of the deep sea, but they soon learned to use their long necks to their advantage, reaching for kelp and other underwater plants. They were amazed by the colorful schools of fish and the vastness of the ocean, and they even made friends with a group of dolphins who showed them the wonders of the coral reef. Despite their initial hesitations, the giraffes had a wonderful adventure and returned to the shore with a newfound appreciation for the beauty and diversity of the world beneath the waves.
In an abandoned mall on the outskirts of the city, a group of giraffes had found a new way to pass the time. They had set up a laser tag arena in the sprawling, empty corridors. With their long necks and graceful movements, the giraffes were natural competitors, darting in and out of the abandoned stores and ducking behind broken display cases. The bright flashing lights and futuristic sounds echoed through the deserted mall, and for a few hours the giraffes forgot about the outside world and lost themselves in the thrill of the game.
In the heart of the African savanna, a group of giraffes had a unique passion, reviewing different types of leaves on their weekly podcast. From the succulent acacia leaves to the bitter baobab leaves, they tasted and critiqued them all with the utmost care and precision. Their listeners eagerly tuned in each week to hear their thoughts on the latest foliage finds. One week, they stumbled upon a new type of leaf that left them all in awe with its sweetness and complexity. It quickly became the talk of the savanna, and the Giraffes podcast gained even more popularity, solidifying their status as the ultimate leaf connoisseurs.
As the giraffes strolled through the busy streets of the city, heads turned and jaws dropped at the unusual sight. Undeterred, the giraffe confidently made its way to a bubble tea shop and placed an order, using its long neck to peer over the counter. With drink in hand, the giraffe then sauntered over to the nearest park, finding a quiet spot to enjoy its tasty beverage while taking in the sights and sounds of the city. Passers-by couldn't help but smile at the delightful scene of a giraffe sipping on bubble tea in the heart of the bustling metropolis.
Geraldine the giraffe always dreamed of owning her own restaurant, and after years of working as a sushi chef, she finally achieved her goal. She opened a small sushi restaurant on the coast of a faraway city, where she could enjoy the sea breeze and the stunning views of the ocean. Geraldine's restaurant quickly became famous for its delicious sushi rolls and fresh sashimi, and soon people were traveling from all over the world just to taste her cuisine. Despite the challenges of running a business, Geraldine was happy to be doing what she loved, and she knew that her restaurant was a true expression of her passion and creativity.
As the sun rose, a group of giraffes strolled towards the zoo, their long legs carrying them effortlessly towards their destination. When they arrived, they were amazed at the peculiar creatures they saw behind the bars and fences. There were monkeys swinging from branch to branch, lions lounging in the sun, and even a pair of elephants that dwarfed the tallest of the giraffes. The giraffes couldn't help but crane their long necks to get a better look at these strange and wondrous animals. As they gazed in awe, they felt grateful for their own unique features, which allowed them to witness such marvels in the world.
Once upon a time, a group of adventurous giraffes stumbled upon a patch of barren desert and decided to make it their new home. The harsh sun and dry sand proved to be a challenge, but the giraffes persevered and built a small stone hut to shelter themselves from the elements. As they acclimated to their new surroundings, the giraffes noticed that the desert offered a unique opportunity. The hot sand and dry air were perfect for relaxation and rejuvenation. They decided to open a spa resort, and with their long necks, were able to offer massages and facials to even the tallest of guests. Their spa quickly gained popularity, and soon the desert was a destination for relaxation and renewal, all thanks to the creative and resourceful giraffes.
The giraffes had heard rumors of an immensely large grocery store on the outskirts of the savannah, and they couldn't resist the urge to check it out. As they made their way through the aisles, their long necks towering over the other shoppers, they finally arrived at the vegetable section. Without hesitation, they reached for the crisp green lettuce, their favorite snack. The store employees watched in awe as the majestic creatures enjoyed their feast, completely unbothered by the commotion they were causing. It was a sight to behold, and the giraffes knew they would be back for more.
In the Dark Age, the giraffes were feared and misunderstood. People saw their long necks as a symbol of pride and arrogance, and they hunted them for their meat and hides. But a group of giraffes, led by a wise and compassionate leader, decided to change their fate. They taught humans about their gentle nature and how they could work together to create a better world. Slowly but surely, the people began to see the giraffes in a new light, and they became symbols of peace and harmony. As the Age of Enlightenment dawned, the giraffes stood tall and proud, knowing that they had played a vital role in bringing about this new era of understanding and compassion.
Once upon a time, a group of giraffes at a local zoo stumbled upon a smartphone that a careless visitor had dropped in their enclosure. Curiosity getting the best of them, they started playing around with it, and before they knew it, they had accidentally posted a selfie on social media. Much to their surprise, the post went viral and people couldn't get enough of these adorable, long-necked creatures. The giraffes quickly became social media sensations, racking up thousands of followers and even securing sponsorship deals with major brands. From posing for photo shoots to promoting products, these giraffes had found a new calling as social media influencers and were loving every minute of it.
In a cozy lodge nestled in the snowy peaks of the Alps lived two unlikely roommates, a pair of giraffes named Gertrude and Jeffrey. Despite the challenges of living in a place built for humans, they had adapted well and created a warm and inviting home for themselves. Gertrude would spend her days cooking up delicious meals in the tiny kitchen, while Jeffrey would entertain guests with his guitar skills in the living room. As the snow fell outside, the giraffes would snuggle up in their beds, grateful for each other's company and the stunning views of the mountains.